Anytime you go to a World Economic Forum, you take on and look at the location that we're at. When we look at Latin America, the amount of energy, the amount of focus that's now being put into Latin America is absolutely incredible. It's almost a rebalancing. For a long time, you really had the U.S. and Canada, Mexico kind of looking south and really being more of an America's look. That went away for some time. And now when we're looking at the world scene, we see Latin America taking on a much stronger role in commerce. The economies are stronger, the demographics are powerful, and the use of American companies in really saying, I'm going to be looking south maybe instead of always east, is really becoming more of a reality. The summit itself will bring a lot of focus to that. The conversations about what's really happening from a regulatory perspective and others really come into being when we're at the Latin America World Economic Forum. Anytime we enter a summit, there's clearly things that I personally look for is that I can get out of this, or if you will, our organization and colleagues in business can get out of it. When you look at Latin America, there are a few things about the discussion about predictability of regulation. Where is regulation going? What are the governments really looking at? You know, for example, when you look at inflation right now in Argentina, what can we expect coming out of that? Where is and what are some of the areas that Brazil will be working on in order to create this kind of predictability of regulation? It's amazingly important when you look at putting assets on the ground and putting capital on the ground. So where from a political perspective, where from a regulatory perspective is Latin America going, and how can we bring some clarity to that will be an important part that I'm looking for at the World Economic Forum. When you look at Latin America, it's like many other emerging and in some cases actually developed countries. And that is what's going on in the labor market. We put millions of people to work every year, and we train tens and tens of thousands. When we look at youth unemployment, unemployment in general, our work in connection with the G20 and B20 on what is involved in unemployment and how do you reduce unemployment. Those are the things that I will be bringing to the forum, to bringing to discussion to the governments and to other business leaders as well as NGOs, as to really trying to tackle this problem so that it doesn't become a festering long-term unemployment problem, which we're close in many ways. Also, I bring, my own intellectual curiosity. What can I learn from other colleagues? What can I learn from actually being in the forum, listening to and questioning? So I'll bring the labor market. I'll bring many of the things that our organization represents as ManpowerGroup. But at the same time, I'm going to be listening so that we make sure that we're relevant to what's occurring in the market and what is the most important issues in Latin America.